Always be like, oh, you are too pretty to be single. No, I'm too pretty to be stressed. I don't need your stress. I am single, I am free, I am amazing, and I feel great. Leave me alone.
Gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to today's video. Initially, today I wanted to talk about womanism in movies, but I saw that you liked the last video, so I thought, let's do a sequel. So today we'll be reading some fantasy, gentlemen, and some may ask, what fantasy hidden are you going to read us from The Lord of the Rings? I'm going to read an article from Female Dating Strategy that is so out of touch with reality that I just may call it fantasy at this point. So let's get down to business. The title reads, "There is no dream woman who can magically fix your ex." One of the most pervasive and harmful myths perpetuated in our dating culture is the myth of the magical dream woman. Okay, one sentence in and I'm already losing my crap. Guys, today I noticed on my last 3 videos I have used the same thumbnail art, and the reason for that is this content just makes you bury your face in your palms and rub your eyes. I think I'm going to commission the Gecko Ninja to do me a thumbnail of me laughing my behind off, because some content is cringe, other content is disturbing, but a lot of the times it's obnoxiously hilarious. But let's keep reading. The dream woman suddenly flutters into a man's life, and her mere presence has such an effect on him, he fixes all his character flaws and repents his F-boy ways. The dream woman's hair and makeup is so perfect, her presence so captivating, that it elevates this lowly scrote to a respectable, emotionally available gentleman, the envy of all girlfriends past. So on this side, Female Dating Strategy, men are called scrotes. How dehumanizing is that? Which personally, I don't have a problem with people cursing. The internet is just a bunch of idiots cussing at each other. It's just ironic how, if you do anything but worship the females, you get called the M-word. Yet they go out here calling men scrotes. Now you remember guys, a few weeks back we covered a video of a woman saying how the M-toe subreddit is just so toxic and so dangerous, and it should be banned from everywhere because it promotes misogyny. Well, what about the female dating strategy then? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Now let's cover what she said. Her mere presence has such an effect on him, he fixes all his character flaws. Now let me tell you guys, can I get a hands up if anyone has ever heard a man saying the words dream woman? Most men want two things out of woman, attractiveness and a pleasant attitude. Men have such low standards and requisites that it's actually little damaging for them. No man thinks of a dream woman that must fulfill different criteria and whose presence will change their ways and will fix their character. This is the woman's dreams, that they will get Chad and they will change his bad boy behavior and make him commit and turn him into a caring, stable man, and turn him into Prince Charming, turn a frog into a prince or whatever. All this bullcrap is what women want. Men don't want an instructor, they don't want a second boss at home, they don't want someone who will be constantly nagging them to do little things they couldn't give a crap about. This incongruence, the incongruence of this paragraph is a reflection of this woman's poor understanding of men and of reality. And it just speaks of how she has been used and dumped by Chad. Let's keep reading. Please, PSA, there's no dream woman out there who will magically make your trifling man act right. The not so subtle subtext that men reinforce with this myth is that if his exes were enough like she was, he would have treated them to all the better things in life they begged for, that he now so willingly bestows upon his new lady. It's important to recognize the game being played is to make you jump through hoops to be a dream woman for a man who's not even acting like a dream man. Men proclaiming, "I'll straighten up for the right woman," is 98% conjecture. They are not practiced at being good men. How will they be able to figure it out all of a sudden? 98% of them don't change that much, even for women they so-called love. Even with the best of intentions, leopards can't often change their spots. Internal change takes years of deliberate work and practice. If he's practicing not being crap, then that's what he's good at. He won't be consistent at being a good man if he's not practiced. Do something often enough and it becomes habit, and habits become your character. So basically, men are born crap, they are born garbage and toxic, and they have to practice and walk years at a time to become normal human beings, is what this article says. Guys, something us in the Fin Gang do is we never say all women. You will hear Taylor say some women, War will say in some occasions, I will say a lot of women but not all, because we realized that even though the number of 304s is in the millions, even though, especially in the West, most women are not dating material, not all women are like this. There are still good women out there, untouched by the radical womanism. But here, these women don't give men any chance at all. Look at how she phrased it. 98% of men are garbage. Because they don't change, they stay garbage. And the 2% that change, they come from garbage. Insanity speaking. Let's keep reading. Some of you will bring up how your ex married the next girl after you or is constantly on Instagram with his new bio as proof this isn't true, but you're also wrong. F-boys who treat their new girlfriend to all the things you wanted but never got do so because they are desperately trying to prove you were the problem all along. Recognize it for the manipulative tactic that it is and don't take it personally. You know, the coping is strong with this one. In all likelihood, it's not a manipulative tactic to get you jealous, it's just the chat that used you for fun because you were easy and stupid has now found something better than a 304 and is actually interested in something serious. And men don't play these games of, oh, I'm gonna upload a selfie with a girl and post it on Instagram so my ex sees this and gets jealous. And what is this? What is with this desperately trying to prove? You know, bro, chances are this man doesn't even remember your name at this point. This woman is trying so hard to sell the story that after Chad used her, he went on to have other girls just to get her jealous, to cope with the fact he was not enough. Get a reality check, you're not the center of the universe. It's funny this woman is over here writing long articles trying to cope with the idea she was left behind and imagining all these different scenarios in which the man still misses her. Meanwhile, he probably found a girl that doesn't spread her legs on the first date and now is interested to see where things are going. Let's continue. What better way to never take responsibility for their actions than to conspicuously lavish a brand new woman with all the praise they were too arrogant, stubborn, unconcerned, or comfortable to give you? Nah, they weren't arrogant or stubborn or unconcerned, they just didn't want to invest in a bad deal. This woman is not dating material. All men care about is if she will give them the one-night stand. Because that is all you have to offer. If you have a crappy personality, no man with self-respect will want to take care of your needs because you are a pain in the neck. For these women, you know, it's always men. They would rather think that all men on planet Earth are evil than to think maybe they are the ones who are not attracting or deserving of a good man. It's easier to blame you and pedestalize the new woman than admit failure or reconcile themselves with the fact that they were the bad guy in the situation, because everyone wants to see themselves as the hero and not the villain. Even if he does these things temporarily for a girl, he'll be looking for an angle to get her to accept less as quickly as possible. Wine and dine up front and the Netflix and chill for the rest of the relationship, just like he did to you. He'll constantly scan the temperature and pick at her boundaries until he can talk her down to the real bare minimum. Gentlemen, something you will see a lot on these types of subreddits and articles is women saying men want to give the bare minimum. And honestly, that is so far from the truth. There are many men in society ready to commit, ready to work for you, ready to give their lives for you, ready to make you presents, to love you, to take care of you. I mean, men are really devoted as a whole. But these women don't care about that type of man, because if they did, they could 100% find one of those men. Instead, they only chase the bad boys and the chads who are the type of men that really give the bare minimum. Because they aren't excuse me guys. Because they aren't interested in you. So from this woman's perspective, she's a saint, she's Mother Teresa over here. She's an overall good human being and she can't find a man to take care of her because you see, 98% of men are not willing to change from the garbage they are. It couldn't be that you are the one picking those men, it couldn't be that you are being played by the same chads over and over again and are too stupid to pick a good man. No, it's that there are no good men at all on the face of Earth. Really interesting how that goes. So what if she got a ring? She is in for a lifetime of struggle. These same exes will be back in your DMs 6 months after the wedding talking about how they miss you. Notice the jealousy when a ring is given to a woman who deserves it. The only men who come back are either men who want to hook up because they have 2 hours on a Wednesday night, or simps with no self-respect. A true man won't come back begging for your attention if in the first place he has deemed you as not dating material. But let's finish this article, gentlemen. Plenty of guys are in marriages with women they're not that committed to and who they aren't actually treating that well. Plenty of men are in marriages they are committed to but then destroy because they have not learned to consistently control their toxic behavior. You still got the same character flaws with the next woman. Don't internalize men's behavior as a reflection of yourselves. And so we end the article with the last cope that he is still flawed. I can picture this woman just sitting on the floor on the corner of her room, leaning back and forth while maniacally repeating to herself, he's flawed, I'm perfect, he left me because he's insecure, I intimidated him. If you were a good woman who has the ability to be a good man, you wouldn't be here sitting writing stupid articles, you will be engaged by the time. But you either can't pick good men and you get used by the bad boys with no good intentions, or you have a crappy personality and no man with self-respect will want to date you. Or as in this case, both. So that will be it for today, gentlemen. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time.